all over West Michigan. This is News 8 Football Frenzy.
Hey, we did it. We made it to another Friday with high school football. This is the Football Frenzy along with Larry Figursky. I'm Jack Toll.
Yeah, lots of great games tonight. Some good matchups, and altogether 25 games featuring 50 West Michigan teams.
Our shooters were all over the place. We're going to start with our spotlight games, and both of them from the Lakeshore. A couple of great matchups. We'll get it rolling with Muskegon hosting Mona Shores at Hackley Stadium. The new renovations at Hackley, fantastic. Let's take you out there. Everybody, both these teams made it to Ford Field. Muskegon the last 4 years, Mona Shores the last 2 years. So you expected a great matchup, and you got one. Brady Rose, 43-yard touchdown pass to Dimitri Roberson, and it was 7-0 Mona Shores. Second quarter, Rose again. This time a swing pass out to Elijah Farnham. He's in for the touchdown, 19 yards, 14-0 at the half. Second half, Muskegon comes storming back. Amari Crowley, 32-yard touchdown run, and it was a 14-6 ball game. Fourth quarter, going to give it to Jakari Kitchen, 49-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversions, good. And this game was tied 14-14. And then the big play here, Rose going to keep it himself. Boy, this kid is a baller. 18-yard touchdown run. Mona Shores knocks off Muskegon. Final score 21-14.
Light number 2 shining on the West Michigan Conference. Oakridge hosting Montague, 2 of the 4 remaining unbeatens in the conference. The Eagles 29-6 the last 4 years. The Wildcats 33-7. State semifinalists last season. State finalists the year before. Scoreless in the first until this. Drew Collins, QB keeper for Montague after the fake inside. Picks his way through traffic and in from 12 yards out. 7-0 Wildcats early. Make it 14-zip. Oakridge answering here. Ethan Daly. Quick little strike and on the money to Jacob Danachek, and he is gone. Zipping down the seam. 74 yards. Cut the lead to 14-6. But late in the second, Collins again. This time he's going to give it off to Dylan Everett, and he finds a hole straight up the middle and in from 12 yards. 21-6 at the half. Cats then adding to it Sam Smith here in the fourth. Montague goes into Oakridge and pounds the Eagles tonight, 42-6.
Let's bring it to the OK Green. Union put up a good fight against Zeeland East last week. Their reward, another trip back to Zeeland Stadium, and this time it's Zeeland West. Carson Glupker on a 3rd and 9, rumbles 30 yards down to the 1, sets up this. Tarek DeYoung touchdown, it was 8-0. Then second quarter, DeYoung 36-yard touchdown run. It was a blur. Ducks roll, final score is 68-7.
With Zeeland West at home, Zeeland East on the road. 1-0 Chicks in Wyoming to meet the Wolves tonight. This is Ethan Hotelling under center, going to roll out to the right side, looking for and finding Adam Castle there. Pretty pitch and catch. Zeeland had tied things back up at 14, and then later Hotelling this time gives it off CB Hunderman. That's what they call the old seal. Right big hole at the middle, 3 yards and goes in. Zeeland East rolling tonight 49-14.
Week 1 wasn't kind to either REETHS-PUFFER or Holland. One of them would right the ship tonight. Good ball game out there. Rockets up 21-7. Then Avante Lorminier goes to the air, and Andon Griggs with the touchdown, and it was 21-14. REETHS-PUFFER, though, responds. Ben Vale going to avoid the rush and find Wyatt Kevern wide open at the back of the end zone. Good pitch and catch there as well, and REETHS-PUFFER wins at final score 28-14.
Some really good Week 2 matchups in the OK Red. First up, Granville at East Kentwood. Bulldogs looking to go 2-0 in a crazy shootout tonight. Kentwood up 8-zip midway in the first. Brandon Miller, Kylon Honeycutt down the sidelines, and he is going to take it the distance. 80-yard catch and carry. It was 15-0 EK. Back came Granville. Carson Smith, Marcel Love around the corner and in from 12 yards out. It was 40-34 Granville after the 2-point. Later in the third, Ian Sanders, Zach Vanderwert in from 11 yards out, not to be denied. Cam Terry adds another here late. Granville outgunning EK tonight, 54-42.
Next stop, Caledonia, and all I have to say is, wow, Rockford, very impressive in this game. Second game under Brent Cummings. First half, 28-7, Rockford leads. Zach Ahern, the pass to Calvin Kibbe. What a catch over the top of the defender. And that sets up this, 22 seconds left in the half. Ahern to Luke McLean. 10-yard touchdown. Rams led 35-7 at the half. Then first possession of the second half, they add to it. Ahern hands off to Jacob Vega, and Vega is in for the touchdown. Rockford rumbles over Caledonia 49-7.
Third stop in the red out in Holland. Panthers playing host to the Jenison Wildcats, coming off that really tough overtime loss to Rockford in week 1. Alex Schmidt here takes the handoff, just forces his way over the goal line, reaches out, 6-0 Cats. West Ottawa, look at the misdirection there. That's pretty. Blake Bosma, the big guy, is going to drag tacklers over the goal line in it himself, but the night belonged to Jenison. Jaden Van Dalsen, keeper here from 3 yards out. Wildcats get in the win column, 35-25.
First game for Portage Central had to sit out last week, and the coach tested positive for COVID. And after a tough test for the Mustangs, Battle Creek Lakeview was in town. Battle Creek up 6-0. And great defensive play. Grant Pickard, the interception, returns it down to the 22-yard line, but Portage unable to score from there. Score still 6-0 late. Last chance for Portage Central. Pickard, nice pass to Trent Kumo, but a better defensive play by Jaden Simonson. And Battle Creek Lakeview holds on and wins it. Final score is 6-0.
Mattawan now, 2 of the 4 unbeatens in the SMAC, squaring off. Wildcats hosting the Huskies of Portage Northern. You get a chance to watch Anthony Tyus. Boy, this kid's got some great wheels, great moves too. Breaks away from the defenders around the outside here. And number 34 is going to go with 35. Huskies had a 22-0 lead to the 4th now. Portage Northern again. Tyler Kuhn, keeper, in from 10 yards out. The Wildcats did get on the board here. Andrew Kunian, Ethan Sheeb on the receiving end. That covers 65 yards, but Portage Northern knocking off Mattawan 36-6.
And Larry Tice, of course, is headed to Northwestern. One more from the Southwest Michigan Athletic Conference. Stevensville Lakeshore, Kalamazoo Central, both looking for their first win. Lakeshore quarterback J.J. Bushi in from the 1-yard line. Extra point was missed, so it was 12-6 Lakeshore. Maroon Giants answer before heading to the locker room. Jaden Blanchard takes the handoff, finds an opening, and he goes 35 yards for the score. Maroon Giants led 13-12 at the half, but Lakeshore comes back and wins it. Final score 32-20.
And from the SMAC to the SWAC and conference openers in the Valley, Schoolcraft entertaining SAUGATUCK, both winners in week 1. Scoreless game in the first. Not anymore. Alex Thole will find Jimmy Downs. Check out this toss. It'll cover 40 yards. The Eagles on the board first with a 7-0 lead. Later, Thole's going to do it again. This time, Jake Olvit will be on the receiving end. This one you'll see coming up will cover 90 yards. Lets this fly here. SAUGATUCK falling to Schoolcraft 47-8.
All right, 12 down, 13 to go. Going to take a break here. Come back with plenty more. Stick around on the Frenzy. Welcome back to the Football Frenzy. Pink Arrow looked a little different this year. The fans watched from a drive-in. It was really cool, but Lowell still decked out in the pink and providing a lift for people dealing with cancer. Took on Northview. The big fella, Eric Mendez, nails the 24-yard field goal. How many kickers were number 79? 3-0 Wildcats. Lowell's defense, big story in this one. It's Carter Pell back to pass, and Joshua Rao with the sack. Lowell's defense holds Northview to 2 field goals. Red Arrow, Pink Arrows win this one. Final score 27-6.
Let's keep it in the White All Forest Hills affair. Central hosting Northern, albeit at Northview. No score in the first until this. Hunter Robinson, little shovel pass. Carson Dynas takes it in from 11 yards out. The Rangers were on the board and led it 7-0. Later in the first, they get on it again. McGuire Mahacek going to keep this on the direct snap and just bounces out of that pile. Somehow breaks free right there and goes. 11-yard score to make it 14-zip. Adam Nine did get the Northern on the board here, but Forest Hill Central knocking off Northern 28-13.
Eagles Stadium the site. Byron Center and Grand Rapids Christian the matchup. And boy, these Bulldogs are really, really tough. Byron Center already up 20-6. Bulldogs inside the 5 looking for more. Austin Roon, touchdown. Bulldogs up 27-6. Later in the second, Mason Brait, the carry, ducks a few tackles, breaks down the sideline, dives in for a 24-yard touchdown. Byron Center up 34-6. Tack on a little more. It's Austin Roon again. We're going to see a lot of him. Cuts back to the right, on his way in from 33 yards out. BYRON center had a running clock on Christian. Final score 41-6.
A big man who can move. We'll wrap up the OK White in East Grand Rapids. Pioneers facing off with the Yellow Jackets of Greenville, each looking for win number 1. 4th and 12 from the 21. They go for it. Patrick Burns for East Grand Rapids. Tonight, Milanowski up the middle and in from 20 yards out to get the first down and more. 14-0 Pioneers. Later, again, Burns to Milanowski. This time he jukes back inside, then breaks a tackle there and goes the distance. That one covers 30. East Grand Rapids shutting out Greenville tonight, 49-zip.
Let's venture into the OK Gold. Game 17, Pitt's Thornapple Kellogg against the defending state champs from Catholic Central, Joey Silveri. Gets the snap, drops back. He's got John Passanall on the crossing pattern. 9-yard touchdown, 7-0 Cougars. A turnover on the kickoff. And another quick strike. Silveri to his favorite target, Chase Williams, wide open. That's a 2-point conversion after that. It's 15-0. Well, Thornapple Kellogg puts up a fight here in the first half. Reese Garbrecht, quarterback keeper, in from 8 yards out. But Catholic Central big, 50-7.
Well, Cedar Springs, big showdown with Catholic Central set for next week. Red Hawks traveling to Wayland tonight, making sure not to look past the Wildcats. Look at the pretty misdirection there. DeMonte Barnett gets free, has room, and has the wheels go before anybody can go to that side of the field. 47 yards for the score. Cedar adds the 2 and let it 8-6, and then it's Antoine Nichols. This time to the near sidelines from 20 yards out and in. Cedar Springs sets up that big showdown next week. GRCC 28-12.
Yeah, I think we might be at that game.
I think so.
Next up, Kennewa Hills and Ottawa Hills squared off at Hausman Field. And defense the story here as well. The handoff, and watch Kemarian Gibson, the stick.
Ooh.
Textbook drives the tackle down to the ground. Then Ottawa, big play on defense, or Ottawa looking for the big play, but this pass picked off by Andrew Bradley for Kennewa Hills, and Kennewa Hills wins it. Final score 26-14.
Other two unbeatens in the gold, South Christian and Forest Hills Eastern, squaring off in Ada tonight. First quarter, Ty Reinbrandt under center. He's going to find Elliot Grassheis, who takes that one in. It was 7-0 Sailors. Later, Reinbrandt will go to the air, this time connecting with Sam Menges. Pretty toss and catch there into the end zone to make it 14-zip South Christian, knocking off Forest Hills Eastern tonight, 35-12.
Okay, Blue, this is Allendale and Hamilton, both coming off wins in week 1. And Hamilton down 12-6 at the half, third quarter. Brent Goodpaster to Tyler Stazowski, touchdown, 45 yards, and they led 14-12. But here comes Allendale. Lucas Kuiper is to Colby Piazza, and he's in from 35 yards out. Allendale goes on to win. Final score 28-14.
To the OK Silver now. Some Wyoming bragging rights on the line tonight. Rockets of Kellogg'sville hosting the Wolverines of Godwin Heights. Third quarter, that's Jimmy Floyd looking for and finding Jabari Crump Moore back of the end zone. Gets the foot down. Godwin led it 14-8. Later, Floyd again drops back. Short pass to Jeremiah Drake, and he will do the rest. Tiptoes just short of the end zone. They punch it in just to play later. Godwin Heights in the win column, 32-8.
Touchdown catch there. All right, Sparta, the new addition to the OK Silver, played host to perennial conference power, Hopkins. And here it's Matt Reynolds, the direct snap. Room on the left side. He's in. 14-0 Vikings with the lead. Second quarter, Trevor Sheely going to look deep, and he's going to find Dylan Roberts and hit him in stride there. And he's got nothing but green grass or green turf in front of him. He's gone for the touchdown. And it was 21-0. Hopkins goes on to beat Sparta 32-10.
Other two unbeatens in the silver, tangling tonight in Belding. Black Knights hosting the Mustangs of North Point Christian. And boy, Belding, anything but gracious host tonight. This is Ethan Hodges just powering up the middle and taking tacklers with him. 11-yard gain to help set up this. Ethan Milanowski will do the punching in. The Black Knights jumped out to a 44-6 win tonight as they stay unbeaten.
We close it out in the Wolverine Conference. Paw Paw at Otsego. Both these teams scored convincing wins in week 1. And yeah, the Bulldog had a mascot. Love it. Paw Paw on their 48-yard line. Colby Hindenbach gets the carry. 48-yard touchdown run. And it was 14-0 Paw Paw. Second quarter, more Paw Paw. Connor Hindenbach. He's going to go 5 yards. He's a big fella. Oh, delivers the shot there. Paw Paw wins big. Final score 52-0. That's it for the high school football highlights. That's
52 in 2 games.
52 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do more next week. All right.